Hey, so you just popped the cork. So this is our first live on YouTube. Okay, you guys, let me get myself together because we ain't doing that. Okay, so we're now introduced to the YouTube family. We are so excited to expand. Um, I'm just so happy. I'm so grateful that we are doing some things. So let's go back to the first episode. We just want to do a review on the episodes that's already been done so we can catch you up on them. So the first episode was a mother and mourning, life after death. And that's the thumbnail. If you've seen that, we had Val on the show. She spoke about losing her son, her second born son. Excuse me, guys, let's get this together. So she spoke about losing her second born son and the things that came after it. I'm not going to give you all of it because I want you to go ahead and go follow us on Instagram, Partini Me Podcast. Um, underscore Vine. And then also we want you to go ahead and subscribe to Spotify. So yeah, y'all go back and take a look at that episode. The episode is still being ran up. It was released January the 11th, and listen, people are still going back and listening to it. So this is something that I know a lot of people need to hear. How do you push through the pain? Y'all know, grief is hard. Grief is very hard. And if you don't know my story, I can tell it to you. And let's just get that out of the way. And let's go for it. So, me coming from a large family, I came from a family of seven. I lost my sister, older sister, at the age of 35. She was. She left five kids. She died basically from a heart attack in her boyfriend's bed. 4 years later, before I even can get my mind together, my little brother, the age of 30, um, like I said, grief does a lot of things to you. Me, when my sister passed away, I wanted to go and get healthy, which I did. Doesn't look like it. Your girl got a little weight on her now. But yeah, I always been a big girl, but I dropped down to 145. I was so scared. So I lost a lot of weight. Um, had a baby. That's what blew this thing up. So, anyways, but before I can even get myself together, my brother, he took it bad. He was the baby boy and she babied him. And he started, dealing in drugs, like and started snorting cocaine. And I know that our family have a bad addictive behaviors, like seriously, I knew that at an early age, that not to play with something that I didn't want to be addicted to. You could introduce me to a restaurant, and if I like it, I'm gonna go like 5 times that week. Seriously. So him getting hooked onto cocaine and the fentanyl hit the city really hard. And unfortunately, he was one of the victims. No, my brother did not die from an OD. Let's stop saying that about these people that are being found dead. Um, it's not an OD. That's murder. So my brother was murdered by someone who stepped on his cocaine with fentanyl. His autopsy report stated a low dose of cocaine and a high dose of fentanyl. So my brother was murdered. And I took it really hard. And me, I come from a Pentecostal background, which is Christian. And I asked God and I questioned God and I was mad at God and I was angry. And I had to move away. I have three children. I had to move away from my kids. I had to, isolate myself for 5 months. But I asked for help and I went and got therapy and I got the meds that I needed to at that time that I thought that I needed. I got the treatment that I know that I needed. I was able to vent and talk and express what I was going through. So you're not alone if you are dealing with grief. And sorry for all this moving around. It feels weird. I'm trying to get into it. But yeah, you're not alone. And understand that grief does a lot of different things to different people. So again, that's my story. Val came on and showed her story, shared her story. Then we had another episode. The second episode was OG Hood Talk, and it was just like the misconception of what's important in these men' life and what's the street code that people say that they live by, and don't so much live by it. You gotta check out that episode. It was full of laughs, full of fun. We had your boy Jay Scudder and Bo Jackson come on, and they dropped nothing but jewels. So go on Spotify again, look at that one. My third episode I brought on was an author that just released a new book. You can find it on Amazon actually. It's called Hood Love by Faye Austin. Um, this book is poems that was written from the soul. It was it- just go get it. I'm not going there with y'all. Go check out the episode, find out who Faye Austin is, the author, but the poems are definitely a must read. So I'm introducing Partini podcast because this won't be the first time I go live. And I mean, dang, I said that wrong. But y'all know what I mean. This the first time I'm going live, but it won't be the last time. But I definitely have my camera angles right because your girl don't like to be caught slipping. But Partini podcast is the voice of the streets. This is not just a podcast that I'm trying to be my own philosopher because I don't know it all, but I love to bring people on and like challenge their perspective. What if I was to tell you the way that you're thinking could be a result in your childhood trauma? What if you brought me a story and I told you, hey, what if we take accountability for what part we played in it and go forward this way? I'm just saying. So again, a Partini Me podcast. We're interviewing local artists. We're interviewing entrepreneurs. We're interviewing just regular day people that goes through life situations. This is something that is so important to me. Number one, everybody wants a platform. That's why social media is so big because everybody wants to be heard. So creating a platform for you to come on and for you to share your story, your opinion, this is for you. So yeah, I'm waiting. I'll be with you right now. And